We're following breaking news here. Israel struck at least 300 sites in Lebanon today, killing at least 182 people and injuring more than 400 others. That's according to Lebanese Health Ministry. This as a full-scale war with the Hezbollah militant group looms.
Israel launched the attack just hours after warning Lebanese civilians to flee from 19 towns and villages where it says Hezbollah had stored weapons. In a response, a Hezbollah leader declared that, quote, an open-ended battle of reckoning has begun.
International correspondent Sarah Coates joins us now from Tel Aviv. Sarah, what can you tell us about these latest developments in these deadly strikes?
Morning, guys. Well, this is extremely worrying. This wide-scale aerial offensive is continuing. You did mention there hundreds of targets hit throughout the course of the morning, while air raid sirens have been ringing out in these largely evacuated northern Israeli communities. Now, according to Lebanon's Health Ministry, more than 180 people have been killed, hundreds of others wounded in what will probably lead to further escalation. Now, over the course of the last hour or so, the Israeli military has warned residents in the eastern part of Lebanon, that is the Bekaa Valley, it is known to be a Hezbollah stronghold, to leave their homes if these homes are known to be storing Hezbollah weapons, saying that the Israeli military will start striking there in just a couple of hours' time. So this, of course, is extremely worrying. We do know that the Israeli Defense Minister, Yoav Gallant, he did hold a phone briefing with his counterpart, Lloyd Austin, overnight. But let's take a listen to what we heard from John Kirby.
Nobody's Pollyannish about how hard that's going to be, certainly in light of the events over the last week or so. But that doesn't mean we're going to give up on it. We don't believe that a military conflict, and we're saying this directly to our Israeli counterparts, George, we don't believe that escalating this military conflict is in their best interest. It's certainly not going to be in the best interest of all those people that Prime Minister Netanyahu says he wants to be able to send back home.
Schools are closed on both sides of this border, while Lebanon has just announced that it's actually opening these schools, but this is to shelter people who've been displaced from this bombardment, as fears mount of an all-out escalation, with global powers calling for an immediate ceasefire.
International correspondent Sarah Coates. Thank you, Sarah. For more on the U.S. response to the rising tensions in the Middle East, let's bring in national political correspondent Stephanie Liebergen. Good morning, Stephanie.
Hey guys, good morning. Well, U.S. officials are in regular contact with their Israeli counterparts. As Sarah just mentioned, U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin speaking with the Israeli Minister of Defense Gallant overnight, and we did get a readout on that conversation just within the last 30 minutes or so, where Austin said that gotten an update on the fighting between Israel and Hezbollah. Austin saying he stressed the right for Israel to defend itself, but also pointed to, wanting to get a diplomatic solution here. In the readout, it says, quote, he stressed the importance of finding a path to a diplomatic solution that will allow residents on both sides of the border to return to their homes as quickly and safely as possible, as well as reaching a Gaza ceasefire deal that will bring all the hostages home. So multiple conflicts happening in this region of the world, multiple things that the U.S. is continually tracking. Our U.S. forces are ready to respond if necessary, and they want to prevent any bad actors from exploiting or expanding this conflict. When President Joe Biden was asked about this conflict and his concerns about it growing wider in the Middle East, that was something that he addressed briefly with the press yesterday. Take a listen.
Mr. President, are you worried about rising tensions in the Middle East?
Yes, I am, but we're going to do everything we can to keep a wider war from breaking out, and we're still pushing hard.
Well, this increased fighting and this increased tension in the Middle East comes as world leaders are gathering for the United Nations in New York. There is a summit today and tomorrow, Summit of the Future, where they are focused on trying to address some global challenges like bringing conflicts like this to an end.